Hey, Owen here from Morris 4x4 Center. We're committed to you, the customer. We want you to get the best products, the fastest shipping, and at the end of the day, we want you to be totally satisfied. So here at Morris 4x4 Center, we have so many parts and pieces that you can add to your vehicle to customize it the way that you want it. We're going to do an install video on some tube fenders. Now we have several different options for you to choose from, but the owner of this vehicle decided to go with Smittybilt's XRC Tube Fender. So sit back, watch the video. We hope that this encourages you to buy this product or one of the thousands of others that we have here at Morris4x4Center.com. Okay, so our first step in installing these Smittybilt XRC Tube Fenders is to read the directions. You always want to read the directions first. You'll find out the tools that you need. You'll also get a little heads up on things that are going to maybe throw you off when you get to installing this, but hopefully this video will help you with the things maybe you don't understand. So the first thing you want to do after you've read the instructions, in the back of the instructions there's 4 pages. You want to take those out, put them together, tape them, and then get some scissors and cut them out. You got kids, they can help you out with that. And so you're making your template, and this is your template. We're going to use this to cut out our fender. Okay, so next thing to do after you've made your template is to remove the original fender flare, your lights, your turn signals, and anything else on the fender. So we'll show you what you need to do in this next step. Now that we have removed the turn signal, the fender flare, and our wiring is completely out of the way, now we're ready to set our template and do some cutting. So this next step, a lot of people might be afraid to cut into their fender. But hey, we're going to have some fun with a Sawzall in a minute, so don't get scared. But we need to make sure the template is laid in the right place. We're going to be cutting the fender, and there's certain parts we want to cut, and there's certain parts we don't want to cut. So it's important that you lay this template out correctly. So here's where it goes. You want to make sure this template is lined up with the fender and the grill. So it's about 1 inch back from here, right here where this fender and the grill come together. Put the template in and then go all the way back. So we're going to take the Sawzall or whatever cutting tool of your choice, and we're going to cut along this magic marker line because we're going to remove all of this. And you're going to follow this line all the way down. When you get down to the end here, you want to save this lip, okay? So we want to save this lip here. We're going to cut along this black line all the way down, back to here. Now, as we're cutting, what we don't want to cut out is this bracket. We want to save this bracket. So you're going to be cutting around it. So make sure you do not cut this bracket. While you're cutting, make sure that you remove all the wires on the inside of the fender, because you don't want to cut any of those wires. So this is the fun part, what everybody likes to do and use, power tools. But at Morris 4x4 Center, we're always concerned about safety. Get your goggles on, and let's have some fun. Oops, just teasing. So now about 1 inch back from where the fender meets the tub of the body, we're going to put a line all the way down. We're going to cut that. So now that we've cut this fender, it's still on because the inside needs to be cut. But what we don't want to do is cut these bolts here, these 2 bolts, okay? We need to keep those intact. So we're cutting on the outside of the bolts. Put some tape, we're going to draw a line, and we're going to cut that out. Okay, before we finish cutting the front of the fender off, we need to take these 3 bolts out. These 3, and save them because we're going to use those to put these new Smittybilt tube fenders back on. Now we added some tape on our grill so that while we're cutting that we don't make any scratches on the grill. Okay, now that we've finished using the power tools, the top of the fender, your old original fender, should look like the cutout that we started with the template. And now we need to remove 8 bolts, 4 on the inside fender, and then 4 along the back side here. Remove those, and we're ready to do an install of our XRC Tube Fenders. Now as you've got it here, see if your holes line up on the back side and on the front side. If they don't, you're probably going to need to trim a little bit more of the template, so we need to do that. You'll notice that we had to trim a little bit off the battery box on the driver's side. Now you might need to loosen this bolt and the 3 more behind the grill on the inside of the fender if your tube fender front doesn't line up. The holes don't line up with the grill, so you might just adjust this a little bit. We'll tighten it all up. Okay, now that we got 1 bolt in the front of the fender, 1 in the back, we need to put the rest of them in and just get them you know, a little bit snug, but not fully tight until we're ready to put them all in and tighten them down. Okay, so now that you've taken the 4 bolts in the back and tightened them up nice and good, it's time to take the 4 nuts and bolts and washers that Smittybilt provides and do the inner fender well, right down in here. And then you're going to tighten down the 3 bolts in the front of the fender. These are the original bolts. Then we're going to tighten down the 3 in the back that we loosened from the grill. Smittybilt now provides for you in the hardware 5 Allen head bolts and nuts, and so we need to use a 1/4-inch drill bit and drill through the top of our fender. You'll see the holes there. You're going to drill that through, and then we're going to put these in and snug it up. Okay, one of the final steps is to mount your original hardware for your hood latch, or if you want to buy something a little bit nicer than the original equipment, you can go to our online store at Moore's4x4center.com and you can get a hood latch there. Either way, we're going to drill from the bottom up using the guide hole underneath the fender, and then we'll install this, and we're just about done. So now that we've finished the install, we just need to put our turn signals back up. Now we suggest that you get some LED lights and some marker lights to replace these. You can wire tie these up. Won't look the greatest, but if you get some LED lights and put them in the holes that Smittybilt put in for you, they'll look awesome. Other than that, we hope that you enjoyed this video and hope that this helped you in your install or in your decision to buy this product or many of the other products that we have at Moore's4x4center.com.